Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me again. Today we're going to discuss how anxiety affects you. My name is Toit. I help women in the corporate world overcome anxiety in order to achieve their goals and be happy. If you think we can work together, just hit the free strategy call button in the banner above and let's discuss your problem. As I said, today we're going to discuss the effects that anxiety has on your body, not just your body but on you. And I think the most important thing is that you constantly live in a sense of doom. You wake up and you're worried about stuff that you have absolutely no control over. You're almost in a state of panic the whole time, and now living in this COVID-19 and very unknown circumstances, I can only imagine that the sense of doom will get worse and worse, and ultimately it leads to other problems. It can also lead to panic attacks. I've known people to get almost like heart attack symptoms, chest pains, so it is real. Make no mistake, if you have these attacks, seek help, come and see somebody and alleviate your anxiety. In the long term, anxiety will definitely lead to depression. I think it's two distinct, different entities, conditions. So I will later on make a video which I look specifically at what is anxiety and what is depression. But continuing having anxiety will ultimately lead to some form of depression. Anxiety will also cause headaches, especially for women. Because you're in a constant state of tenseness, your body is not functioning properly, you're most probably not getting enough sleep, so ultimately it will lead to some form of headache. You will also feel irritable. The kids in the morning on their way to school, your colleagues at work might irritate you. Small things which normally would not even bother you, one little bit, suddenly becomes a big irritation in your life, and unfortunately those around you also suffer, and once the irritability is gone, you sometimes feel a bit bad because you were so highly strung at that stage of your life. Anxiety also leads to breathing problems. People with anxiety or people who's angry normally breathe very high up in their chests. They don't take long, deep breaths, which is absolutely essential for anybody who suffers from anxiety. So if you feel or you notice that you're breathing very high in your chest and very fast, slow down your breathing, take deeper breaths. It will do wonders for your anxiety. Some people get anxiety so bad that their hearts actually start pounding. If you can imagine, you suddenly have to go and give a speech in front of 100 people, I'm sure your heartbeat will go up a little bit. I know that if you go on your first date, normally you get sweaty palms and increase in your heart rate. I've known one guy who every morning almost had an upset stomach until the day sort of sorts itself out at work. He was very tense early in the morning at work, getting everybody to work. He was a supervisor, so he had to make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to for the day. And he always used to complain, "Oh, my stomach feels so nauseous, it's so early in the morning." And it was purely anxiety. I mean, there was no real particular reason for it, because he was a very good supervisor and he knew how to do his work. Anxiety also leads to a loss of libido, so your sex life will definitely go down, unfortunately. As your anxiety goes up, something has to go down. Unfortunately, is that. Another thing is that you will have extreme fatigue. Obviously, when you have anxiety, you don't always sleep well, and sleeping well sort of makes you tired in the day, which add to your fatigue because you're not sleeping well, you're not getting exercise, so the whole becomes a vicious cycle, and it comes back to the main thing. If you can sleep well, you most probably wouldn't even have anxiety. It can increase your blood pressure. This is mostly for men or people who have already suffered from high blood pressure. It will constant anxiety will definitely increase your blood pressure, which is not very good for you. So again, take some deep breaths, get some sleep. And over a long period, you can also find that maybe your muscle starts to ache and you get pains in your legs, which can be a cause of anxiety. It could also be something else. But most probably it is anxiety. Again, it comes to the thing, if you don't breathe properly, if you don't sleep properly, then all these things start adding up and your body just cannot handle all that stress and strain all the time. So something has to give. So again, it comes back to, I think, the main things about anxiety, and I'm going to repeat this over and over. You need proper sleep, you have to have your needs met, and you need to exercise and you need to breathe properly. My name is Toit. I help women in the corporate world overcome anxiety to achieve their goals and be happy. If you think we can work together, hit that button in the banner above and let's discuss your problem. Thank you.